Grand Rising, everyone. Process. This is an educational information. Credit is a process. I had a client of mine ask me the other day when was I going to start on their credit. And it made me think about how credit is. Credit is a process. Credit is not like taking a car to the shop, getting your brakes changed. What people have to understand is you didn't mess up your credit overnight. You ain't finna fix it overnight. You can't repair credit overnight because it wasn't messed up overnight. Now, you can mess your credit up with a lot of bad choices instantly and your credit go down instantly. But what people have to understand is the process. Enhancing your score, taking things off of your credit, putting things on your credit, that is a process. It's a process that takes steps and it takes times. There's certain, you can't do everything all at once. You have to do this first, this second, this third, this fourth, or let's just say you got 20 different things you got to do. But before you can do 18 of those things, 2 things got to be put into place first. As you see, I'm walking in my neighborhood. I have 2 neighborhoods, for those that don't know. I spend my time back and forth between Houston, Texas, which is where I live, and St. Louis, Missouri, which is where I'm from. I actually teach and do seminars in both cities. I start off in St. Louis. Well, I started in St. Louis years ago. But I like to give back to my own hometown and give back to people like myself that didn't have the information. We just lacked the information. So back to the process. It's a process. So understand that it's a process to building up a 700 credit score, 750. My highest score has been 803, 805. And credit fluctuate. Everybody credit does, even people with good credit. So I didn't build a 800 credit score overnight. No, that's a process that took time. You know, one thing people have to understand, one of the biggest things you have to learn. You ain't got to understand it because things operate and move the way they do with or without your knowledge or understanding. So learn the process. That's why it's so important to learn the process. So you pay your bills once a month. By paying your bills once a month, guess what? Credit reporting only takes place once a month. So that's one of the main reasons why credit is a process. It's not going to come off immediately. Nothing is. There's different stages, different phases. This can get through faster if you get on the phone and talk to somebody. And that's if you get on the phone and talk to the right person. Because one of the things we know that happens is when we get on the phone and talk to these people, 9 times out of 10, we're talking to foreigners in another country. So their understanding of what we talking about, they know how to read from a script. So when you ask them a question, they are reading from a script. They looking at your question and looking at the computer screen. So whatever question you ask, the answer is on the computer screen. That's how they giving you an answer. A lot of them do not know and have no knowledge of what you're talking about for real. That's a job to them. That is only a job. They work at a call center. So understand and be patient with the people you're talking to on the phone because you can't hurt them. They can hurt you by not helping you. They don't have to help you. Their job is really just to answer the phone. So when you're dealing with the people at the bank, understand they only know what they trained to do. They were trained. They were trained in the process to do what their job is. That is it. So they say you get, what they say? What's the saying? You get more accomplished with honey. If you've never heard of that phrase, you get more accomplished with honey. And basically that's saying be nice. Be nice. It's not their fault that you messed up your credit. First of all, we have to take responsibility for our own actions. That is number one. You know who messed up your credit? You did. I didn't mess up your credit. The people at TransUnion ain't mess up your credit. The people at Equifax ain't mess up your credit. You messed up your credit. That is your fault. So you calling somebody being angry and mad, whoa. Step back. Look in the mirror. Your fault. That's one of the biggest issues that we have to learn, is to take accountability for our actions. So you could say, my husband messed up my credit, my kids messed up my credit. No, they didn't. You gave them your information. You co-signed for that. You the one, don't nobody know your social security number and your birth certificate. You did that. So first of all, take the blame and responsibility and accountability for yourself. Drinking my morning coffee. Yes. So make sure you understand that. Stay calm. And don't be so aggressive. I used to teach credit years ago. I used to fix people credit for them. And I learned, nah. It ain't my fault your credit messed up. It's my job to look at my credit every week, every morning, however I want to do it. My only responsibility is mine. Your responsibility is yours. So when I ask you, what is your credit score? You're supposed to know that. You're supposed to know your credit score like you know your date of birth. If I asked you how old you are on your birthday, you could tell me that. If I asked some of y'all about a concert, who's performing, who's coming here, you could tell me that. I could ask you about a football game, who won this, you can tell me that. So you can tell me all the things that are not important to you and don't affect your life, but you can't tell me your credit score. I want everybody who's watching this video, share it, because you're supposed to be able to tell me your credit score on all 3 credit bureaus. If I say, how many inquiries you got? I don't know. So how you trying to fix your credit? How you trying to fix your credit when you don't know how many inquiries you have? How many inquiries do you have on TransUnion? How many inquiries you have on Equifax? How many inquiries you have on Experian? That is your job. That is your responsibility. Nobody else's. People want a quick fix. There is no such thing as a quick fix. There is no such thing as getting rich overnight. You don't see the work that the people put in. So for all of y'all that are coming to the seminar that I'll be speaking at this Saturday, September the 30th, when I want you to know, I want to know, I'm giving discounts on certain programs and things that I know. You're going to get a reward. I got a gift for anybody who show up and tell me what is their credit score on all 3 bureaus. How many inquiries you have on all 3 bureaus. How many collections do you have on all 3 bureaus? You're supposed to know these things by heart. You know the combination code to a lock you have, 36, 18, 24. You know that. You know the combination code to your front door for those that got combination codes. 2011. You know the password to get inside of your Google. French vanilla. You see how you know all of these things, but none of them is more important than your credit. None. See my waterfall, my little lake. Walk around my lake. This is my morning walk. So my point is, if you are trying to fix your credit, get your credit better, whatever you do, based off of credit, you're supposed to know these things. Write it down. If you don't know it, write it down. Put it in your phone. You keep everything else in your phone. You're supposed to have a page in your phone that shows you, I got 16 collections on Equifax, 12 collections on TransUnion. I got 5 inquiries on Experian. I got 2 college things on whatever. You're supposed to know these things. It is important because your life depends on it. Your life depends on your credit, your livelihood. Do you know your job? A lot of y'all can't get hired at certain places because why? They want to see credit scores. A lot of y'all want houses. How many people want a mortgage? How many people want to move into a house? Your credit is what's stopping you. How many people would like a lower mortgage, a lower house note? Your credit is stopping you. How many of you want a lower car note? You have a car note, but guess what? Having a lower car note puts more money in your pocket. So if you want to save money, then you have to focus on your credit. Your credit is what can save you money. If you want to make more money with using exactly what you have now, you can make more money with your job that you have now. You do not need a raise. You know what you need? To improve your credit. Because if you improve your credit, your car note will go from 500, 600 to 400, or 600 to 500. You just made an extra $100 a month because you saved it. Your car insurance is based on your credit. If you want to save more money with your mortgage, let's just say you got an interest rate, 6%, but you only got a 650 credit score. Get your credit up to 750 and then refinance the house. So now your mortgage just went from $1,700 to $1,500. You just saved $200 there, $100 on your car. So you just made an extra $300 on simply spending and investing in yourself to increase your credit. That's how you make more money, by increasing your credit. You make the same money, same job, but your interest rates go lower on everything. It's a process, y'all. It's a marathon. It ain't a sprint. You're trying to run. You didn't run and get your credit the way that it is. So you're not going to run and fix it. The reason some people credit improves better than others is because everybody got something different on their credit. It's easier to get inquiries off. Did you know that 10 inquiries can lower your score by 50 points? So if somebody come in and they get 10 inquiries off, because inquiries are easier to get off, they score just went from 625 to 675, right? Boom, seemed like overnight. It's not. It's because of the type of negative that they had on their credit. You see what I'm saying? It's the type of negative that they had on their credit, which was inquiries. Inquiries ain't that big of a deal. They easier to get off than a collection, than a late payment, than a student loan, than a medical bill. Everything is not the same process to get off. So understand that. And this is why I educate. I do credit educational seminars because you have to understand how something works. If you want to play volleyball, you have to learn the rules. The rules aren't built around you. You are trying to get into a game where you don't know the rules and you think that you finna get an A. You have to study. Study it, know it. And that's why come to my seminar, y'all. Attend my seminar and you will learn. And even just keep watching my videos. Because I'm going to keep putting them out, bits and pieces. But it's a seminar. I can only do so much compared to what I could do live and you standing there listening to me for 2 hours. It's the process. Learn the process. Learn the secondaries. Learn the data furnishing companies that the bureaus are actually pulling from. Learn the importance of taking off all of the addresses that you have. It's a process. And the process is really cleaning up the easiest to get off first to constantly see improvement in your score. Remember that these companies only report once a month because you only pay your bills once a month. You only pay your bills once a month. You do not pay your bills 4 times a month. And your bill is due on a specific date. If your phone bill is due on the 15th and you just submitted a dispute on the 17th, or you made a payment on the 17th, guess what? That may not pop up on your credit until the 15th of the next month. Why? Because they already reported on the 15th and you just submitted your information in on the 17th. You 2 days past the date that it was put in, the reporting date. That's why the reporting date of all of your bills is important. So now you got to wait 28 more days before a report date comes back. So know the process, y'all. It's a process to these things. Know the process. Know the reporting date on look at all your bills that report to the credit bureau. And write down the reporting date because that's the date they report to the credit bureaus. You just made a payment here, but they report here. You got to read, y'all. Educating yourself is the biggest thing you got to do. We have to educate ourselves. And we run from it, but you have to educate yourself. You have to spend money in you. You got to sit there and say, how much are you worth? I was just talking to a friend of mine earlier this morning, and I realized self-education. In the last 5 months, I have invested $50,000 in my education. $50,000 in 5 months. So, you ever heard of the term pay to play? It applies to everything. You want to go to a concert? Guess what? You got to pay. You want to go to a baseball game? Guess what? You got to pay. You want to go watch a boxing match? Guess what? You got to pay. You got to pay. You want to go to the movies? You got to pay. So get in your head that you pay for everything you do. Everything in life, you got to pay for it. You want to go to dinner and have food at a restaurant? You have to pay. You have to pay for people, services, and products. You have to pay for it. So what is it worth to you? That's one of the biggest things is, what is something worth? What is your credit worth to you? Do you know everything that I have paid for, different services? I did not get something out of. I bought one course, it was $400. What did I learn from it? Very, very little. Was it worth the $400? Nope. But guess what? I wouldn't have known that until I bought another course. So I had to invest more money. Are you going to lose sometimes when you invest? Absolutely. I don't know one person who is 100% on any investment that they make. So don't get upset. It's part of the process. It's part of the process, y'all. Winners understand that you got to lose to learn. Winners understand that setbacks happen. So if you're a winner, then a loss won't upset you. You will understand it's part of the process. It's part of the process. I've lost more money probably than most of y'all ever made. Literally. And that's not figure of speech. The more you invest, the bigger you are, the more gambles you take, the more risks you take. So you invest. Every investment don't win. It don't hit. But guess what? Long as you are winning 51% of the time, you have a winning track record. You see what I'm saying? That 1% is going to keep you in the positive. But you really want to win 60%, 70%. But guess what? It's only one way to win at a higher percentage. That's knowledge and information. The more you know, the lower the risk. We finna go invest into some houses. Okay, what do you know about investing? What do you know about housing? The less you know, the bigger the risk. Two people can invest in the same thing, but one can profit while the other one lose. Why? The knowledge. One has more knowledge, so the risk wasn't as big. He lowered or she lowered the risk by the information and knowledge that they got. It's a process to everything, y'all. Process to real estate. It's a process to credit. It's a process to the stock market. It's a process and rules to everything. So you got to learn those rules and you got to learn the process. And if you don't have time and you one of those that say you don't have time, guess what? You ain't going to win. Just messed that on my shirt. Luckily, I ain't wearing this shirt. That was my cue. So, yes, process, y'all. Learn the process. Learn the process. These are my reading glasses more than just my walking glasses. But learn the process, y'all. So that was it. I know I probably got coffee on my face. I could feel it dripping. But that was this video about. It's processes. So I'll see y'all on the next video. And some of y'all I will be seeing Saturday this weekend at the event. So I got a plane to catch to jump back and get back to St. Louis. So see y'all soon. So let's get that credit foundation up, y'all. Our credit information. Let's build that credit foundation. Let's build. Peace.